and I'm lit. On a spacecraft in a new realm, that's it.
All right. Welcome back to my YouTube. I am Mel. I'm back with a decode reaction video for spiritual people. Okay, today we're gonna look at another video from Bobby Hemmitt. Okay, I'm not gonna talk too much. We're gonna jump right into it. Okay.
Another misconception of love I want to put down here before we go. Pretty much, women have gathered together and they have made a good job of understanding men who fall short of certain things because they don't want to get hurt. So it's, you know what I'm saying. But I think this is one that women should know themselves.
Excuse me.
That it's a victim of Western society. Young women, and I'm not making this assessment based on from a male's point of view. I'm making this assessment from a female's point of view by noticing something about young women, keeping it to myself, and then later on hearing it from older women. But I first was made privy to it by my mother. But I'm glad that I sat back to find out for my own self on the different age groups and find out with a lot of sisters that's in the Jubilee period, which is the 50-year-olds, and some that's in their mid-40s that can understand this because they're looking in retrospect. Right. And that is based on what a lot of women say, is that when they are young, they do not like nice men. They don't like nice guys.
I've heard that plenty of times.
You should have maybe it has something to do with the society of nice guys finish last. That it could be a Western thing. And I'm quite sure it is, because I mean it is kind of really messed up for you to like a person that don't like you. But I do know this for a fact. I first was made privy to this with my mother. She said, man, you in college. She said, now don't be fucking around going up there and being nice, because a nice motherfucker better get the fuck out of my face. This is my mama, a school teacher. And she's saying how she knows what was going on when she was young. You understand what I'm saying? What was going, and I think it's even worse now with the roughneck and the shit that has been produced with the hip hop world. Yeah, it's probably even worse with girls and the whole gangster shit.
Right.
But this thing is prevalent enough, even in my mother's age. You see what I'm saying? Of being a teenager in their fucking 50s. You see what I'm saying? Early 50s or whatever. The point I'm trying to make here is that's one of the misconceptions. Now, the sisters that now in their 50s are telling me, when I was younger, I didn't like nice guys. But too often, when they figured it out, sometimes it's too late for sisters because we got such a disproportion of men in this society. The ones that's in jail. Right. You see what I'm saying? The ones that's already married. The ones that's gay. And then the ones that's dysfunctional. Sexually, and some just bombs or some type of thing that you can't even deal nothing with. So the point I'm trying to make here is a lot of times when they figure it out, it's too late for a lot of sisters.
I feel like that's why a lot of older women are, I wouldn't say they lonely, but I would say they're alone. They've made a decision to be alone because they did not have the right idea about love or the right idea about how a man was supposed to treat them, or society just took over, and this energy he's speaking of that was so prevalent is the fact that a lot of men or black men are raised by the ideology that, you know, they can't be more than what they are. Okay. Or they have to be a stereotype. Okay. You have to understand all that is energy, is attachments, is programming. Okay. So it even like clearly it programs other people too. Their programming programs us as well, or whoever. When it comes to that idea of love. Okay, so you really gotta be cautious of what type of energy you accept, and make sure that you listen to your intuition, especially to the ladies. You know, listen to your intuition when it comes to some of these men, because some of these men are warlocks. Okay, they do take your energy. Okay, they do play both sides. They do this, they do that. But you have to, I mean, you are a powerful woman and you can do more, but just don't get caught in this little cycle right here. And it's totally also fine, because I've seen a lot of ladies like they say, like, listen, I ain't worried about no love. I'm living my life, and there's nothing wrong with that either. You can have a married life with a nice guy, or, you know, a guy that's, you know, awakened, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. Or you can do your own thing. He'll pop around, do what the fuck you want to do. It's your world, okay? Remember that.
You see what I'm saying? It's too late for a lot of sisters. So that's a bad misconception, and I'm glad I went back to that question, because that is major. You understand what I'm saying? And they must challenge this idea.
Here you go.
Or they must challenge this, because the simple fact here is some of these girls are not, all men are dogs. No, some of these girls, they draw to them.
Yeah.
These types of things based on what they like.
Right.
They say think, and it is. Well, they have a certain concept of what they like, and they draw this to them. And a lot of times, it is dog men. There was a guy.
And that's the thing. That reflects your trauma. That reflects your concept, your ideology. You know what I'm saying? What men are in your realm. There are different type of men. But if you, I don't even say you like technically like. Well, yeah, you can't say you like them, because you put up with it. You feel me? So it's really up to you. Like I said, what you think is what you get, basically. You feel me? The mind is all. Hermetic principle. So what you think is what you're gonna get. What you think of a man, that's what you're gonna get. If you want a dog, unfaithful dude, or you believe that you could never find somebody that's faithful, that's what the hell you gonna get. You know what I'm saying? But if you believe in love, or a certain aspect of what love is to you, or maybe you was brought up around, you know, nice couples and stuff like that, and you're like, oh my gosh, I love that. Or you was always a fanatic for love, and the little books and the little movies and stuff, that's gonna be your idea. You know what I'm saying? If you really believe that.
From your neck of the woods, New York, down in college with me. This brother was a straight up psychopath. He would go to jail every semester for fighting and all this, and it didn't get, okay, when he was a freshman, that's all right. He just coming out of high school. But it didn't get no better each year until they finally threw this nigga out of school.
All right.
And stuff for just raising too much hell. They waited till his senior year and they got his ass and threw him out of school. And I remember the day his father was coming to pick him up, they literally had to pry this girl from his neck. He is one of the biggest psychopaths on the campus of thousands. He was the worst. And I noticed he didn't have no trouble with women. You see what I'm saying? None with women. Then when a woman try to sometimes say, I'm severely damaged, you see what I'm saying? Now, on the other hand, she has to look at this psychopath that she has conjured up. Now, on the other hand, I have known guys with 4.0s. These motherfuckers could build radios out of this damn table.
Right.
Build a damn race car out of some fucking fabric. These niggas are now CEOs of corporations now, and the same women are going, huh? Why can't I meet a man like that?
And I'm also say that even though some of these men do get to the point where they're rich men, or they are CEOs, or have that don't mean they're a good man. aesthetic is nothing. You hear me? You got to know how them folks think, how they talk, how to treat people, how they handle their money, all type of stuff like that. Okay? Because that does not mean that these men are who they say they are. Or women, whoever, people in general. You feel what I'm saying? So never just think about the aesthetic part. Okay? It all has to come together, you know?
And they didn't even consider them. You see what I'm saying? When they were young. So this is one that's a vicious cycle. You know, yeah.
All right. Want another one?
Yeah, how many more you got?
A couple more.
Well, just might as well finish them off.
Yeah, we're going to knock them out. All right. Damn, we just did this one. Mm-hmm. But it leads into something deeper. How are people able to get with the wrong person?
Right.
And what makes love so powerful that people can be blinded by love?
Okay. Well, on one aspect, I can add a little light to say that they say that love is because they say that love is a opposite of unions. A union of opposites. So by love being a union of opposites, I can see how it can be very powerful when you like a person who's not like you, which makes a lot of sense. And I think too often that's what happens when they can get with the wrong person also. And be very attracted to them. Mm-hmm. So there's a metaphysical aspect of the woman being attracted to somebody, you see what I'm saying, that's not like her and stuff. But it's a thin line, you see, with abuse. But
right.
But it goes back to the same thing. The wrong person could very well be an entrapment of something you think you want, and it's always based on a survey of what you should have. You see what I'm saying? A survey of what you should have, and understanding this type of stuff. So yeah. Ejaculating, and you taking her essence.
Okay, so this kind of jumping. This I heard a little bit of this crowd trying to see what was going on, but it's a different type of all of it is really like it's kind of like a compilation. So I'm gonna back it up just a tad bit, and then we're gonna jump because I want you to listen to what he's saying. Even though I didn't like listen to everything, but now we're gonna back it up because I thought it was the same one, but now I see it's a compilation. Here we go.
A survey of what you should have. You see what I'm saying? A survey of what you should have, and understanding this type of stuff. So yeah. Ejaculating, and you taking her essence, and she's giving her essence because she's the source and the fountain fountain of youth, and the pool is built up. She is the source of all this, so you can't deplete her. And you start to take her essence, and what happens here is this: you will not be able to keep your hands off each other. Because
this is so true, because but that's how we get into the mix of everybody having sex with everybody, because women are portals, okay, and you marinating in her juices gives you some type of attraction to her. You feel what I'm saying? That's why it's very, very important to manage your sexual energy and sexual partners and whatnot, okay? Which you should already know that.
The reason why you know how you get mad at her after you bust your nut, you be like, you don't want to touch her. Right? That's because she got your shit. You see. So this is another part of the melanin. You see. So these collars. Now the thing about it here is not even just the oral sex, just being with a woman sexually, even with your dipstick. That's been with a lot of women, with a lot of men. Been with a lot of men. That's one of them Freudian things. That women shit got in there first. That might be another lecture in another time.
Literally.
Because us porno people, that shit is on. You go right ahead, baby. Shoot. How you think a lot of black men get turned out? She come over, white girl, she come over with her girlfriend. 2 for 1, next thing this nigga gone. Serious. How you think I'm telling you some mysteries. You said, what is the secret of this white girl? The white girl bring her girlfriend over too. And the girlfriend look better than her. It's on. I'm just telling you how niggas get turned out. You see, so just give me one of them secrets. This is one of the girls from Detroit told me how, how they do it. And he said she probably never brought her girlfriend over. You see what I'm saying? I don't want to get into that stuff like that. All this stuff here is science if you don't look at this shit as moral. I'm going to be honest, being moral.
Thank you. And I know what he about to say. All this shit is science. It ain't got nothing to do about morals. All this shit is magic. That's what people don't understand. But they are whitewashed, they're brainwashed, they're westernized, and they think a certain way that keeps them from owning who they are and whatnot, okay?
They never got you shit. Your children locked up by the millions.
That part.
You worshiping Jesus. You see what I'm saying?
But you got something to say about morals. Hello, get the fuck on.
This is the key. But this is the key.
Hello, because some of y'all ain't hear that.
When it comes to this particular energy,
Let me go back.
you've been worshiping Jesus. You see what I'm saying? I don't want to get into that stuff like
Here
that.
you go. Listen.
All this stuff here is science if you don't look at this shit as moral. I'm gonna be honest, being moral ain't never got you shit.
Never got you.
Your children locked up by the millions, and you've been worshiping Jesus. You see what I'm saying? But this is the key. This is the key. When it comes to this particular energy, the more men she's been with. That's what I'm trying to say. Because I know a lot of guys. They would never admit it.
Right.
But you know what I'm saying? They like a good hoe.
True that. True.
They've been trained to go out. You see, me,
And they be a
so,
hoe as well.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you a little secret. I had Ginger. Now Ginger was my Ginger. When I first started lecturing at age 30. The Spirit said, look, you're getting ready to get caught up because the women are going to come after you like crazy. Mm-hmm. Sure enough, the third lecture, 2 sisters came up and they said, we're ready to follow you to the Star Series. So what happened was, you see, I'm telling that Martin Luther King thing and all that stuff about that. Something about a man speaking.
Uh-huh.
So what happened was, I was with Ginger for about 7 years because they sent her to Block.
Yep.
She was 11 years younger than me.
Yep.
She didn't want no children. She was still in school. You see what I'm saying? So she was too young for what she was trying to do, and they sent her to Block, and she was with me for 7 years.
And this is how entities and energies work from a spiritual perspective. And not just when it comes to like people that you're in a relationship with or hang out with or whatever. They're going to send these entities, send these people that have a certain spirit on them to block you from advancing in some type of way. And you'll have all these distractions, worry about other people's problems. Aside from like sex, but sex is a big one for sure because it has more control. The energy is powerful. Everybody likes hunching. Let's be for real. But they will send as in like people who see you helping other people out or guiding them to be, more intellectual or give them bits and pieces so they can expand their own world and become more spiritual or become more in control of their own reality and mind. They will send these entities towards you, these lower vibrational entities. So either you can make these entities your bitch or get consumed by it or get away from it. So it's really it depends on how you think Okay, how aware you are. Because if you're not aware that all this is happening, then you're just going to play into it and it's going to fuck you up in the end.
When she left, all the babes that it was in my line of sight was in their 40s. They had already had the children. You see what I'm saying? They had already had the children and stuff. So it shifted. You know, when I was in my early 30s, all of them was coming childbearing realm. I couldn't have no children. Hell, I was lectured for fucking 9 years on damn $300 a lecture. You see what I'm saying? I was literally a pauper. But I had to get this, and I knew that if I had them children, that shit would be over. A little bit of child support, it was over.
Nah, for real.
At 30, I wasn't supposed to have children. So they sent her as a young girl to block. So when and one day we just woke up, and I said, "You ready to go?" She said, "Yeah." I said, it's all good. And we sitting in the house laughing, and people all down the East Coast, "Oh, this is so bad, y'all breaking up." We laughing and shit. I said, my mama told me when I first took, she said, "That goddamn young ass girl gonna leave you, nigga." The year after we hooked up, a psychic said, "Y'all just gonna be together for." So we already knew it. So the day she said, the day she said,
I like that.
and what happened was I was vegetarian for like 4 years. Then we got back on the meat. Oh, it was pleasure. Then she went back to vegetarianism, and my boy came down from South Carolina. He said, "Y'all ain't gonna be together long." He said, "Cause soon as that eating shit break up, that's a social thing." He said, "Y'all ain't gonna be together long." And a week later, we knew that it was over.
See, that's the thing about you can kind of take that context and try to say like trauma bonding or bonding over certain energetic, like you say, social shit, versus, you know, purpose type shit. So that's the reason why his boy was telling Bobby, like, "Hey, y'all ain't even finna be together long," you know what I'm saying? But they done already talked about this. They done already you know what I'm saying? That's unity. That's awareness. Okay. So something about Bobby could have flipped, this lady, who was younger anyway, could have helped her, you know, kind of climb higher, mentally. That's the name of the game. If you're powerful enough, you can conquer a lot of shit mentally. You know, everything got to start mentally. Okay. But once you experience a person or understand the lesson between you and them, sometimes it's not years on out. Sometimes you're not supposed to be married for 10, 12, 35,000 years or whatever. And, you know, you're just supposed to learn from the experience, you know? And that's why a lot of people still be caught in the cycle because they don't know how to get away from people that are not growing with them or can no longer grow with each other.
So I was in that realm of the 40 plus. I was 38, going 40. I turned 40, so all of them was 40 and 50. Now they was out of the childbearing thing. They was out of the childbearing thing. You see what I'm saying? Right. So we used to get together, and this is when I knew something. We'd be in bed, and the question was, because see, most men don't want to hear it. Like Chris Rock said, "How many men you been with?" She said, "Well, two. I guess that's how you raised." They don't want to hear that.
Excuse me.
My desire was, well, how many men you was with? And the higher the count, I was most fascinated. Then I met up with one that been with over 50. I had met with one that been with over 50. And she gained the most power. Let me tell you how powerful she is. She got access to the heaven realm. And so gods like Legbar, Baron Samedi, they come and screw her on a regular basis.
Crazy.
You know what I'm saying? On a regular basis. And stuff like that. Why? Because she had raised herself. See, here it is, the spirit telling you to be promiscuous, to be shut down, chastity.
Yeah.
But yet the ones that has gone to that particular level of promiscuous is up there with the gods screwing.
Literally.
You see what I'm saying?
And it ain't always screwing as in like physically. It's like more of a spiritual thing. If you get his drift, just listen.
And so all she had to do was get on some lingerie and lay on the bed, and here they come. All the gang.
All the ones tell you not to have the sex. They partying down. You see, so I'm just trying to say, I'm trying to give you some concept on these things. If you look at these things as energies and not moralism.
Right. Energies.
And not moralism. You see, real powerful information. If you look at it that particular way, but that's one of the ways to do this type of thing. But another, so for the man also to be beneficial to the woman, if he don't ejaculate, then she gets the benefit.
Right.
Let me tell you why. Once you enter into that and you become that vampire, like Dracula, and you suck in them energies, the love, every last one of them you be with will be in love with you for the rest of their life. Because you have sucked in a part of them, you see what I'm saying, and you didn't let it go. Because what happened is so many ejaculate, you start hating the person. But that stuff that you suck in, those energies, they're in you for life. So they're in you for life. So these people be in love with you for life.
And like I say, that's why it's so important to understand, like at both ends, from a man and a woman, when you have sex with somebody, see how you feel, or how your energy feels after the fact, not during the fact. How is it after the fact? You feel what I'm saying? So you have to be careful who you share your energy with, not just sexually, but in any type of way, because they can still drain your energy without sex. But in a sexual understanding, be careful, because people literally take your power like that and drain you.
On one aspect also too, we have a massive epidemic of brothers going with the white women. Epidemic across the country. One of the keys is what you're not understanding based on psychological conditioning is this. Let's say 85% of our hair that comes out of the scalp has some type of natural pattern to it. You see what I'm saying? We only got like maybe 2% of the sisters that will have literally straight hair that comes out of the scalp. Now, if your hair just so happened to come out of the scalp that way, then you can't do nothing about that.
Right.
And that's the natural way your hair is supposed to be. But if your hair does not come out the scalp that way and you're permanent, there's another psychological aspect that's actually going on. And that is this. Just like you see a white boy walking around with dreads, he just don't look right. Just like you see white people trying to act black. They just don't look right. A white person can put on some mud cloth and they just don't look right. Because that is you. You are the master of that, and nobody can compete against you because that's uniquely you. Because that is the white woman's hair.
And that's the thing, aside from aesthetic, when you're authentic, nobody can copy you. They'll always drop the ball. So that's why we tell people to embrace who they are. Tell people to embrace their own energy, their own thought process, okay? Their own hair, how they like to dress, how they like to talk, how they, you know what I'm saying, who they are naturally, because that's your power, okay? And of course you'll develop even stronger or even differently sometimes through your process of being here on earth.
I don't give a damn how much you put a perm in your hair. It's not going to look as good as hers because she's wearing her own natural hair.
Right.
Now, yes, you can go get them real expensive perms, and for the first couple of days, them shits look just like that. But it's only relegated to people who got a whole lot of money now, because those things, you can't do that shit every damn week. And then that's questionable if you can, because you fuck around and be bald head.
Right.
But the point I'm trying to make here is, your black skin and your nappy hair is uniquely you. Only one on the planet. So that also means that you are not even you cannot even compete with the white girl. Not saying that the white girl's hair is better than yours, because it ain't nothing but fur. You have hair.
Not fur, I'm hollering.
The same if you go and get the doggone any animal. You see that's fur. So yours is superior for the simple fact you're the only people that's got it. So we're not talking about a form of superiority. What is superior is what's dominant. And since this is the original shit, we can say that this is superior. But that's fur. That's why that same fur emits a oil, just like the animal coat. You see what I'm saying? Every day. You see what I'm saying? But the key, what we're talking about here is this. You can't compete with her because that is her own hairstyle. It might be the animal hairstyle, but it's still uniquely hers. So subconsciously, now here's the black woman, 98% permed up.
Mm-hmm.
And here's her in competition because she's now taking herself to the Euros realm or the white realm, and she's in direct competition with the white woman, and she's going to lose that competition because that is the white woman's unique hair, and this is not yours. And that's why your shit's starting to look nasty looking. And then you start saying, you say, man, something about her stink. No, it's because her crown is fucked up. And so the brother subconsciously is now seeing the white woman as a standard of beauty because you're in competition and you getting your ass whipped because that's not your hair. And your shit don't look as good as hers on her animal realm.
Right.
You see what's going on here? So subconsciously, the brother is desiring that. Number one, now let's get this shit straight. It is the reason why you got the perm in your head in the first goddamn place, because the brother made it clear that he liked the white woman's hair.
He said it.
Get this shit straight. You can monitor the level of a person's race based on the way the woman head looks, whether the motherfucker in a veil or whether it's in a goddamn fur veil.
Mm-hmm.
Take your goddamn pick. You see? But the key here is you cannot compete with that. So subconsciously, the white woman does look better than the black woman. If you in the animal realm and trying to goddamn go up in the competition with fur that you don't have.
Right.
You just got to get in your realm. It's just like they said, we never knew how beautiful Nina Simone was until she took the perm out of her head and get the afro in the 70s.
Right.
And the reason why you was with your woman in mass in the 70s is because you was natural and you was unique. So you was out of the competition of the damn white woman.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? And so not only that, it went uniquely with your West African features or your East African features, or you don't give a damn where you from, whatever you was wearing natural was your hair.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So the concept here is that they destroyed that aspect of you and subconsciously, because you're in competition. You see what I'm saying? So what you do is you get yourself out of the total competition. You see what I'm saying?
Shouldn't be competing no way.
There's not going to be no black hair drive to get black people to get their hair back. That's idiotic.
Remember, they say you can't compete where you don't compare. That's basically the description he just gave you. You're trying to compete with somebody, and I notice it, and but we still, we like to, cosplay our hair and shit like that. But I also see from a awakened point, when you embrace yourself, your authentic qualities, features, whatever God gave you. You don't alter anything. You don't get plastic surgery. You don't get nothing added to you. You're basically unfuckwittable because you in your own lane. And when you can embrace that, truly embrace that from the inside out, I mean, who can fuck with you? Because you in your own lane, because you love yourself. You feel me? You're not trying to keep up an image. You feel me? You're not trying to be more than what, you know what I'm saying? You're not trying to be copy and paste like the rest of the world. That's why the world done gone crazy and people don't know themselves, and they I'm not even gonna go on a rampage like that.
Because the whole concept is not to go to the masses. We're just saying it's a black hair drive to get the ones that's conscious. You see what I'm saying? Those who do know. You see what I'm saying? Those who do know. But so also this is a psychological condition, because we also know that you think that you won't be the standard of beauty not unless you bouncing and behaving.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
And that's another thing. A lot of women have that ideal standard of beauty. They got to have a wig, or they got to have this type of body, this type of stomach, this type of feet, or whatever the fuck, they want to change, or they want to be. It's like a whole competition, trying to keep up with the times. Just be you. The more you be you, the more you attract to yourself, be authentic, you'll be that girl or that guy or whatever the fuck you want to be. Just be yourself. Like, stop trying to over in or try to, be up there with everybody else when you can uniquely be yourself and get just as much attention or blessings or attraction or whatever the fuck it is that you aim for when it comes to you. You feel me? Know the power of energy. And also know the programming, because a lot of this shit is social programming. This plastic surgery shit, these fillers, even wigs. Although I like me a good wig here and there, but even wigs. When people like don't like their hair, like I'm saying, like people that literally don't even wear their hair at all. Like they don't go out in public with their hair. They don't style their own hair. They always got a wig on. Or they always got something going on where they don't embrace their natural qualities. You feel what I'm saying? And I think a lot of people lose touch with reality when it comes to filters, when it comes to makeup, when it comes to, certain hair, hair extensions or whatever the case, and a lot of people, like, they just really lose touch with reality. And like I say, it don't have to be just on the internet, even though the internet is very much where a lot of people, lose touch, but also some people get, lose touch in reality as well. But they did it back in the day. I'm sure they're doing it now, and I know they are because I done seen it before. Okay? Plenty of times.
But this is a form of the same damn journey. Because we're talking about the same psychological journey, but if we're talking about a psychological journey, and we're talking about the archetypes of the collective unconsciousness, and they tell you you must face your demons, this is a demon that was been put on us. You understand what I'm saying? Since they let you out of slavery. And Madam C.J. Walker and that whole 9 yards.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And that's why, it's some psychological shit too. Now here it is, black women, news anchors, wouldn't dare go on the air with their hair cropped and in its natural pattern.
Right.
But they can throw some blonde coloring up in that bitch and wear it nappy as a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Ain't that some shit? You won't be caught dead with your shit nappy and natural pattern.
Right.
But you can throw some blonde shit up in there.
Real quick, like.
You'll be there all day long. Now, Monica Kaufman, old ass bitch. And when I'm saying old, she too old for that bullshit. She going near 50. I'm not talking about old in the concept, because 50 is basically, 40s and all that is not necessarily old. But that shit is goddamn, you too old to be acting like a damn fool.
Mm-hmm.
So, here it is. Monica Kaufman used to change her hairstyle every other week. As a matter of fact, the people down here, that was the talk of the town. What new hairstyle? What new hairstyle that fool got on today? It done been from the Patti LaBelle shit to the Tina Turner. Every other week. But soon as she went blonde, that shit been in there a year and she ain't touched it. You see what I'm saying? This is psychological warfare.
Oh, wow. I see what he's saying. I had to think about that.
There's an old trick when they have dog fights, pit bull fights. Every now and then, they have the pit bull fights and they fight to the death. Every now and then, one person will come and will throw a pit bull throw a pit bull in the pen, and this pit bull beats this other pit bull to death, and the other pit bull would not even put up a fight. It would not fight that the other pit bull at all. That is the old trick, because what had happened is the person had gone in and thrown a female pit bull into the ring. And although the female pit bull will maul that male to death, maybe because it's based on she's trying to survive, that other male has enough sense to know that you just do not fight your female species.
Right.
And it will not fight to the point that it will even die first before it fight. Now, they got better sense than fucking humans.
That's right.
Better sense.
That's right. The male will not go against nature.
That's
and
right.
what we have actually gone against our own natural makeup.
Right.
Just like you talk to sisters, man, who get abused by men. Now you ask yourself, Bobby, and you a man and I'm a man. How can a man just beat on a damn woman and still feel like a fucking man after he does it?
They don't.
Because 9 out of 10, most women are defenseless. Now don't give me that because they got women out here that beat your ass. Don't get me wrong. Because I'm telling you something, they got some out here that kick your ass.
Right.
Badly.
I have met
Fuck you up.
I have met up with him in elementary school.
Yeah. I got my ass whooped when I was in the 6th grade.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Major ass whipping.
Yeah, but I did go back and get a little piece afterward though. It was cool. But the bottom line was,
I was never fortunate.
yeah, I was fortunate to go back. I took that ass from him, but I made up for it. I mean, you know, I proved my manhood in another kind of way. But my point is this.
Oh.
My point is this, man. You're right. We have gone totally against the nature. For instance, Dookie love. Now, animals don't even do shit like that. Animals do. Now, dog will sniff a dog's ass.
But they're only sniffing it to find out whether it's male or female.
But they sniff it to find out what they're dealing with.
Yeah.
But they won't go up in it.
It's even worse than that. To go even back to a primordial aspect. You talking about beating a woman's behind. To show you that it's not about our nature, I have gotten in fight with men and won and felt bad for getting in a fight with your brother.
Right. Yeah.
You ever did that before?
Yeah.
You beat a nigga ass and then
you feel sorry for him.
you feel sorry for him.
Right.
Now,
Not really.
that means that we are people that wasn't a part of our nature to even get in those fights in the first place. Because we know that because John Henry Clark took a group of children to Africa. And they stayed over there 3 months. And he asked them, what was it different than you did when you played with these African children compared to playing with the American children? And they came up with all these things, and he was like, no, that ain't it. And they couldn't understand what it was. And he said, you've been over here 3 months, and you didn't have one fight. Now, that is almost inconceivable in Western culture.
Right.
To have children to play together 3 months and not have a fight. So it is possible, as it used to be a reality in our civilizations thousands of years past, where you can grow up in a society where fighting another male is taboo.
That's right.
So if we know that, what do you think about a person who has no feeling when they fight a female? If I can feel guilty based on something in my soul,
right,
beating a nigga ass, and I used to fight like a motherfucker I fought up until high school, and then the nigga start getting 6'4", 6'5". I was smart. But I used to feel bad about whipping this guy's ass. I have to feel sorry for him. And yet, how can you have another male to go and beat up on a female?
Man, I can't.
And don't even feel sorry. It's no one is because the simple fact he is in this society. We have more training on hating females than we do our own boys.
Yeah. Sure.
That's some admiration for some people.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's a whole other thing. Like I'm saying now, it's now at a particular point that it is prevalent now, and it's common knowledge that 80% now of the whole rap industry is bisexual.
Literally.
Yeah.
But we talking about a group of guys where you don't even see the archetype of the female singer, and the one that's the top one is a lesbian. You see what I'm saying? So if you have an imbalance of female and male, and you don't have the female presence there, then that means you'll have young guys' minds that the people that they have admiration for and their heroes always being males.
Yeah.
And you have heroes and no heroines. Then what will happen here is, sooner or later, that becomes more than just a deep admiration. It also becomes sexual. And so as a result, in the course of 10 years now, the rap industry is a homosexual phenomenon.
Oh, yeah.
True that.
Jay-Z, LL Cool J. I mean,
All the niggas, and it's interesting.
Not him name dropping.
Because our paradigm of what our original motif of music, you always had strong sisters.
Yeah, that bitch said LL Cool J. like that. If you can't see that, well.
You see what I'm saying? That also dominated the landscape.
Right.
In our music. And this is the first time ever, and especially the last 10 years, where you had straightly a male-dominated medium. And as a result, now,
say it,
you got young boys and stuff. It's a whole new world of homosexuality that was also designed by the Jews and the powers that be.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
To effeminize the men.
That's right.
Which is part of the destruction.
That's right. And I see it going on now. I see whole groups of guys, young people, especially in the college down there, the black colleges in Atlanta, it's a microcosm of the rest of the country. You will have whole groups of guys that will hang out with males on one side of the street. And
I know y'all done seen that before. Remember, you know them little, you know, when we talking about, you know what I'm saying, if you want to, I don't want no nigga that's gonna, or no dude that's gonna be with his homeboys all day and don't wanna be with me. You're gay. Whether you think it or not, you're gay. You have some type of attraction and you don't like the opposite sex. Who the fuck stay outside with their homeboys all day and don't do nothing productive, or don't get their life together, or, you know what I'm saying, on the game all day or some shit like that? Like, you're gay.
Females be on the other side of the street and they won't even have nothing to do with them.
Right.
If you ever noticed, you know, I've always been different, but I ain't never been one of them kind of guys that always want to hang out with the fucking guys all the time.
Well, see, me, I grew up in a thing whereas, okay, you had your boys, but your boys, your hanging consisted of getting up on the women.
Right.
My boys, my partners was guys who assisted me in getting up on the women.
Exactly.
As a matter of fact, it was a rule that you can be as good chummy pal as you want to, but you wasn't nothing if you wasn't getting no booty.
That's right.
Right.
And you was defined based on what you were to
booty,
your
all
woman.
right.
And we did that because we also had music from Frankie Beverly and Mays to Barry White.
Right.
From Nat King Cole.
Yep.
Right.
That defined a man's love for his woman.
True that.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying?
That's right.
All the good
Even in the
things.
major groups, I and brothers were singing about love.
Yep. That's the difference between then and now. Okay. And I say that because now, when you look at the music now, it's more about just having, sex and getting money, in illegal ways, or it's nothing like. I mean, you have some songs that may get made and you like that feeling, that song, because a dude talking about, he love his girl, or how, you have, but it's nothing like the 90s and the 80s and the 70s and shit like that. It's nothing like that now. And that essentially R&B is essentially lesser than what it used to be. It's hip hop and rap is the biggest shit in the world. But you don't see most rappers talking about they love their bitch. Or woman, rather. Nor do they display it. You know what I'm saying? Because they downing women, making it seem like they just a nut. And some women do the same thing. But it's only a reflection of how these dudes do them. But then again, some people just like that too as well, dog ass bitch. But this is an interesting one. I'm gonna find something a little bit similar to this, but I also want to do one about the scientists. That really, it didn't spook me, but it was like something that intrigued my interest. I think it was David Wilcox to them. I'm gonna go and do a video on that one as well. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this reaction video, this occult spiritual reaction video and decode. Okay, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.